Well, good morning from Kiwi Grand Tours here in Brisbane on this exciting day as we're heading into the Goma, which is an exhibition section of the Brisbane Museum. We're going to go look at a motorcycle display. Now they've got some fantastic bikes there. This has been going for about 2 months so far, finishes in April. So I'm going to go have a nosy today. We've got a BMW R12 which I'm excited to look at. The fastest Indian there is also there from Invercargill. So we're just coming up to South Bank now. We'll go for a quiet stroll and have a look at the museum. Talk soon.
Well, here we go. Found the entrance to the motorcycle Design Art Desire. It's an interesting logo, Desire. We're obviously going to desire all the lovely motorcycles. So let's go and have a look and see what it's all about.
Okay, here we are at the Queensland Museum Motorcycle Show. And I found it. The BMW R12, 1939. I mean, what a machine. It's just fantastic. It really is. Now, there's tons of bikes here. Absolutely tons. So what I'm going to do is just video a few, take quite a few photos. Little old Harleys here. The fastest Indian from Invercargill is here. Lots of old Triumphs, a couple of Hondas. And look at this old Triumph. Now, this is a great exhibition. All the bikes here are very well lit, well displayed. And look at this old motor grizzly. And on every bike you've got what it is, what year it is, the country it's from, all the specs. So I'll just go around and take some photos and do the odd little video. And so here we go. Great to be here. Wow, look at this. 1914 Harley Davidson. Unbelievable. You get up close here and actually see the serial number stamped on the head and on the crankcase. Matching numbers. Just the technology even back there. It's great. Here we have a Henderson 1912 from America. So if you take a look, it's got 2 seats. And you think, hold on a minute. The front seat's actually the passenger seat. The rear seat is where you're sitting riding the motorcycle. I mean, look at this engine. It's something like out of an aircraft. Wow. Look at this BMW. R32 1924 494cc shaft drive as most BMWs. They just really knew how to make motorcycles, BMW, back in the day. They really did. Alright, well here's an old Indian, 1940 from the States. It's 1207cc, about 30 horsepower. 1940. Lovely looking bike. Wow, look at this. Harley Davidson knucklehead. They called these a knucklehead by the top of the engine. It looks like a knuckle. But, great colour. I don't know what year that is. I'll have to pop around the back and have a look. And here's an old Harley Davidson Sportster. That's really, really on. Yes, it's a 1958 Sportster XR. I think that's actually the original Sportster when they came out in 58. And here's back to this Harley Knucklehead. 1943. Wow. I mean, look at the condition of it. 1943. Harley Davidson FL. Made between 1941 and 1947. And here we are, a Honda C102 Super Club, 1960. Everybody had one of those. I'm pretty sure even the fat bloke had one. I'd have to check on that. And look at this. Italian Vespa. 1960, 150cc. Interesting where they stick the spare tyre. Can't really lose that, can you? And here's an old British Norton. $1929, 480cc, single cylinder. They're just so simply made. No electronics, none of these bikes, electronics. You don't need it. Well, this is an Italian-made Motor Guzzi, or Guzzi, however you want to say it, 1924. Immaculate condition. 8 horsepower, 490cc, single cylinder. The Italians did have some flair. Look at this monstrosity. What on earth is this? It's got the handlebars with all the gauges on it like a car. It is a majestic 1929 made in France. Well, there you go. 500cc overhead valve. What a funny looking thing. Here we go. Honda 1972. It's when these straight fours took on the world, they really did. 750cc, CB 750. Go like a screaming cat. There's a Harley Davidson up there on the wall, Scrambler. There's a beautiful BSA Rocket 3, 1969. Little reflectors there right on the side. Interesting place to put them. Now, of course, we can't go past the Triumph Bonneville. Look at it. It's fabulous. Now, this is a 1961 649cc. Now, I rode one of these years ago when I was a teenager, and unfortunately I didn't quite realise that the brake and the gears are around the wrong way. As this British bikes, the brake is on the left and the gears are on the right. So of course you get used to it, but when you hoon off down the road and come to a intersection, you jump on what you think's the brake, but it's the gears and going to first. I nearly flew over the handlebars. It's something to get used to if you're going to be riding a Triumph Bonneville. Well, here's the Harley Davidson V-Rod. Never really been a fan of these bikes. I mean, it looks amazing. It's the bike with the frame on the outside instead of on the inside. 2003 model. And the Indian Scout, which is similar looking, but not quite. With a Harley Davidson. Look at this old Suzuki. Wow. Kickstart. Suzuki T20 250cc Hustler 1966. What a machine. These bikes have been beautifully restored, they really have. There's a Kawasaki 500, Mark III even. 1969. Here it is, the fastest Indian. Dirt Munro's Indian Scout 1920. This has come all the way from Invercargill to be here for this exhibition. Fabulous. The other part of the bike there's up on the wall. I mean, look where your foot is at the back here. Way at the back, touching that brake. World record holder. Fastest Indian. And here's some fabulous trial bikes, dirt bikes, whatever you want to call them. Husqvarna there. And somehow this Honda ended up in the ceiling. Look at that. It looks a little bit like the TL125 I had trial bike. Bulletproof engine. Here's some more trial bikes here. This is a Honda 1979. They even painted the engine red. Here we go. BMW Dakar, Red Bull, KTM. Harley Davidson, 1929. Look at this. You've even had to cut bits out of the tank to fit the push rods in. Oh, custom Harley Davidson. Wow. Kawasaki GPZ 900. Everybody wanted one of them. Ooh. Every time you turn around there's something else exciting. A Suzuki Katana. They were a little bit of a death trap. Triumph up there. And a Duke here. And over to Mr. Britain. So 2 New Zealand bikes represented here today, the Britain. And well, this was made in New Zealand by Mr. Britain, and also the fastest Indian. But look at that. This is obviously on loan from Te Papa in Wellington. What a machine. Well, here's an Augusta MV 1972 750. Old Ducati 851 in the back there. Wow, look at this Ducati Super Sport 750. 1988. Look at the angle there on the cylinders. One's virtually sticking straight out the front. Great bike. Now this is a 2016, so it's, I mean, not that old, custom, called the Black Knight. Now look at this rear end. And the chain drive here on the outside. I don't think that's quite OSH safe, but hey, what a bike. Look at all the chains. The drive, clutch, primary. It's an old engine in here, I'm not quite sure what it is, but they've stuck an old engine in this modern frame. I mean, there's some amazing custom bikes here. I mean, look at this. These are prototype electric bikes from the States, private companies. Just bizarre looking. They're like something out of Blade Runner, aren't they? And here we have this amazing 2019 custom bike from the States. Last but not least, that's it for our special little Kiwi Grand Tours tour of the motorcycle exhibition here in Brisbane at the Goma Art Gallery. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly love being here, and we'll talk soon. Cheers.